Breaking news. President Lincoln sets his inaugural speech when he became president. He gives a speech where he talks about how important it is for him to keep the country united. He doesn't care about abolishing slavery unless it's necessary. He says that he will do anything that is required to keep the country together. Thank you.
In your hand, my fellow countrymen, and not in mine, is the momentous issue of the Civil War. The government will not assail you. You can have no conflict without being yourself the aggressors. You have no oath in heaven to destroy the government, while I shall have the most solemn one to preserve, protect, and defend it. We are not enemies, but friends. We must not be enemies, though passions may have strained. It must not break our bonds of affection, the mystic cords of memory, stretching from every battle and patriots' graves to every living heart and hearthstone, all over those broad lands, while yet swell the chorus of the Union, when again touched as surely they will be by the better angel of our nature.
Breaking news. Shots fired at Charleston, South Carolina at Fort Sumter. The Confederate troops rushed into Fort Sumter and are capturing it as we speak. We are going live at Fort Sumter with our broadcaster, Isaac Onkes. As you may know, the Union has surrendered at Fort Sumter. Robert E. Lee captured. We're going live now with Isaac on the field.
Thank you, Abraham. I'm here now live with a bystander named Ben. Ben, what do you think about this battle?
I think the result will lead to a war that no one wants. Mark my words.
Thank you. Back to you, Abraham.
Breaking news. Battle opens up in Sharpsburg, Maryland. Robert E. Lee raids the north as we speak. We're going live now at the battlefield with Isaac.
Thank you, Abraham. I'm here now live on the Battle of Antietam. Lots of death, lots of destruction, too many count, lots of casualties, and it's bad. It's very bad. Oh! I tripped on a dead body. Oh, that's not a good sign. It's not a good sign at all. Back to you, Barbs.
Breaking news. The battle in Maryland comes to an end. The battle is otherwise known as the Battle of Antietam. There are approximately 23,000 missing, wounded, or dead. The battle ends in a draw. We are now waiting for an issue statement from the president. Breaking news. President Lincoln has issued an executive order saying that all slaves in the southern states will be freed and able to fight alongside the Union. Here are some clips of what he said.
That on the first day of January, in the year of our Lord 1863, all persons held as slaves within any state or designated part of a state, the person whereof shall then be in rebellion against the United States, shall be thenceforth and forever free, and the executive government of the United States, including the military and the naval authorities thereof, will recognize and maintain the freedom of such persons, and will do not act or acts to repeat such persons or any of them in any effort they may make for their actual freedom.
Breaking news. New battle opens up in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. General Robert E. Lee is seen stealing shoes in a factory from the north.
Why would he steal shoes from the north?
Well, they had a lot of blisters, a lot of bleeding in the fight. They didn't have any shoes. They didn't have any factories. It seemed very logical to take them away because they would have an advantage over the north, and they would be able to fight better conditions. There's been another event in the Battle of Gettysburg. The North rise up to the mountain and stop the South from getting the high ground. This leads to a big advantage in the fight. The North ran out of ammo and they used the bayonets to charge down to the South. The North get the South to retreat, and this is a big victory in the battle. Breaking news. General Robert E. Lee sends a charge of Pickett's men to take over the Union line in a plain field. He fails miserably and loses over a third of his army. We're going live now at the battlefield with Isaac.
Thank you, Abraham. I'm here now live on the Battle of Gettysburg. It's been a 3-day war, lots of casualties, most casualties in 3 days in American history.
Breaking news. President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, gives a speech otherwise known as the Gettysburg Address. The people were stunned because he spoke for only 2 minutes after sitting there listening to the previous speech for 2 hours. Abraham Lincoln got to the point and he won the people. Thank you. Breaking news. 40 days ago, the Battle of Vicksburg broke out in Mississippi. Today, the war has finally come to a close. After 40 days of fighting, the South had nothing to eat. They had nowhere to stay, living in caves, eating rats, eating horses and dogs. They have finally decided to surrender to the North. The North just wanted to get the last stronghold of the South. How's it going, folks? Today I'm here with a very special guest. Today I'm here with a soldier of the Union. Today I'm here with Michael.
Hello.
How are you doing, Michael?
Good, and you?
I'm doing great, thank you. Michael is going to talk to us about weapons. Lead.
Thank you. First weapon I got is my gun. One shot, and to refill the gun, put the gunpowder inside, and then you push it in, and then it's reloaded. One shot, and then you're done. Next thing I have is my trusty knife. It's clean. It runs through people's stomachs. It's insane. And once you're out of ammo, you stick your knife inside the gun, and it becomes a bayonet. Good?
One of the worst things that the war has done is that too many bodies started dropping. This caused the draft, what everyone dreads. There's no way to get out of it unless you paid somebody who would go in instead of you, somebody in necessity. The draft, nobody wanted to go. It was scary. Everyone started dying. Not pleasant.
African Americans played a big role in the Civil War, like the 54th Regiment, Massachusetts, which was the first ever full African American unit. Isaac is on the scene with the 54th Regiment and is interviewing one of the soldiers. Thank you, Abraham. I'm here now live with an African American soldier. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Requise.
Eric Weiss. How does it feel to finally be able to fight in the war?
It feels good, you know. It's a privilege to be here with the Union. We really believe in the cause, and we want all our brothers to come out of slavery, be free, and just live well in the country like everybody else. We have rights.
Thank you, Requise. Back to you, Abraham.
That men had a very big role in the war. They were the ones who fought it. But we also know that women also had a very big role of great importance in the war. Many of them stayed at home, took care of the families. Some of them worked the fields. Some of them even fought themselves. But we know that some of them were also nurses, like Clara Burton. I'm here on the other line with Isaac. Take it away.
Thank you, Abraham. I'm here now live with Clara Barton, a nurse for the Union. Clara, how does it feel to be a nurse in the Union?
Well, pretty good. Even though we're seeing a lot of deaths, we're going out straight away into the battlefield, and we're saving a lot of lives.
Thank you, Clara. Back to you, Abraham.
Breaking news. The Union has found a way to end the war. They're introducing the strategy of total war. The strategy of total war means to destroy everything that is in its path. The Union will attempt to destroy everything that is in the South's path in hopes of helping rebuild and joining the Union. Thank you. Breaking news. Robert E. Lee surrenders in Appomattox Courthouse, which means that the Civil War has ended. General E. Lee sent a message to Grant announcing his willingness to surrender. There were terms in this agreement to surrender. All officers and men were pardoned. Also, they would be given their horse to plow the field. During spring, officers kept their sidearm and Lee's men were given the Union's ration.